In one of the many scenes where characters are openly guessing and naming each other as suspects, one of them explains how this installment of the famed slasher saga is a requel. A kind of a distant sequel of the original with legacy characters mixing up with the brand new ones, in a plot that is eerily similar to the first of the franchise. Because here, directors Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette make it abundantly clear that it always goes back to the original. This one does, and how? It may sound like a dangerous idea that can quickly become repetitive, but this Scream is not only refreshingly unpredictable but also bold and bloody, like never before. Of course, it all begins, like it always does, and the setup isn't any different either, but the narrative this time is blunter and sharper. Blunt in trying to be nothing more than a dark slash fest, and sharp in its wit to be entertaining despite being too overindulgent and meta. At times, it really does feel like every decade or so some or the other idiot gets an idea to put on a mask and stab people, as one character points out. And yet, it's baffling how the people of this town or the police never get any wiser. They continue to revel in binging on the fictional whodunit stab and party hard even when the killer is on the loose. Maybe because some of them have special powers to survive any kind of attack. But being attacked or killed seems like it's all in a day's work for the current and former residents of Woodsboro. For the fans, it's satisfying to see the reunion of Sidney Prescott, Neve Campbell, Gale Weathers, Courtney Cox, and Dewey Riley, David Arquette. They don't overpower the narrative, but we wish they had more to do. This reunion and most of the brutal action scenes are the highlight of this high-tension mystery thriller. Among the fresh faces, Melissa Barrero looks gorgeous and performs adequately well, as the beleaguered Sam Carpenter. Jenna Ortega is aptly cast, as the vulnerable Tara Carpenter, whose motley group of friends are a bunch of cliches. Since the first installment, this franchise has often tried to stay relevant, but it's always been a bit of a hit or miss. However, this time, going back to the basics in letter and spirit, seems to have worked pretty well for it. Is this one a requel, a reboot, a sequel, or a fan fiction? Who's to say, really? But whatever it is, this new Scream pretty much kills it on the big screen.